Welcome back to the Sideline. We're going to go to our interview segment now. We got members of the Point Park University Rugby Team joining us here in studio. Guys, great to have you here. We got Justin Watson, Mike Mulcairn, and Josh Edwards. Guys, great to have you down here in studio. But first things first, what made you guys all join rugby? I mean, heck, it's a pretty rough sport. You don't really hear about too much at this school, but now you guys are making it on the rise.
What made me decide to join rugby was I had just come out from playing football at Brownsville Area High School and was not quite done playing contact sports yet, so I decided to join up with the rugby team.
I played football in high school and then middle school and pretty much my whole life. And I played baseball here for a few years, but kind of tore up my shoulder. So I thought might as well, stay active, do something fun.
I started about 3 years ago. My former roommate and best friend, Alex DeMarco, he was a former captain. He would always tell me about that I should always play because I played football and I was really good at it. And I decided to come out for a practice one day and fell in love with it and found out that I was pretty good at it as well.
Now, guys, it's a really rough sport, very high contact. What really makes you want to join such a sport? I mean, very painful. I know lots of times, even from personal experience, lots of ibuprofen the next day after a rough match sometimes out there.
Well, that's just part of the joy of it for me. It shows me that, I've been working hard and I'm alive at the end of the day.
Yeah, I just love the team environment. I've been a part of a lot of teams, but the group of guys that we play with every day, it just makes it fun and it makes everything worth it.
Honestly, there is no better sport. Once you play, you'll understand a little bit more. Anyone who's ever played rugby before, they understand that, the team is more like a brotherhood. It's been said over and over again. It's been in our school newspaper. That's what defines us. We are a brotherhood. So.
This is one of those sports much different than most other sports you see in the American states here. Can you guys quickly, in a quick nutshell, try to basically give our viewers a chance to understand what exactly is rugby and what exactly all goes into it?
You can't throw the ball forward, and you can't. You have to catch it because otherwise you get called for a knock, and then it's, I believe, scrum down, right? Scrum down, and those kill my neck because I play prop, and so I try to catch the ball whenever it's around me, and just make sure it goes backward.
Yeah, the terminology is real confusing with it. I know I just started playing this semester, and there's some times we're out on the field and you kind of get confused, but it's real similar to football and soccer. We have things called rucks, and it's essentially just setting up a line of scrimmage like in football with the two offensive, defensive line. And the rules are pretty similar to soccer. Just the way the field is. It's called a pitch, just like it is over in Europe and everything with soccer. So it's comparable to that. And then with just the hitting and everything, it's football, and it looks tough. But there's a lot of rules that are put into play that makes it safer for guys. And there's a lot of injuries, but it doesn't really. It's not as bad as it looks, essentially.
Yeah, a lot of people compare it to football, but it's really not football. Essentially there's two different types of rugby. You got sevens play and 15s play. 15s play is where if you have 15 players. Sevens play is where you have 7 players. Basic rules, you have to catch the ball. Like Red said, if you want the ball to go forward, you can only kick the ball. There's different various forms of kicking, which obviously we don't need to get into here, but you pitch the ball backwards. Whenever somebody goes down, it's continuous play. So you have to set a line of scrimmage, like Mike said, so you would therefore cover your person. So the ball is kind of between your legs, and that resets a line of scrimmage so that the position the scrum half can go and throw the ball down the line. And it just continuously goes and goes and goes. There is no timeouts. Very seldom the ref will call a timeout for blood. Other than that, it's a nonstop, 40 minutes each half, 15-minute halftime.
Now, with this sport, you guys only are a club, not an official athletic team here at Point Park University. How hard do you find it to be a challenge to be able to find other colleges that are going to play you, especially when you guys are still a young club?
I know last semester it was a bit of a challenge to try to get matches scheduled. We didn't play too much, and I know I only got to play in one last semester with South Pitt, and they had a match against Slippery Rock, but I couldn't compete in that because I was doing the WPBJ Rockathon. And but I find that this semester there's been a lot more matches. I find a lot of teams have been more willing to play us this semester.
Yeah, I mean, across the board, most schools are a club. I mean, there's NCAA rugby, the NAIA, which we are here at Point Park, doesn't really have an actual rugby association. But a big thing for us is we are getting some numbers. Teams have competed against us before. They want to play. We're getting invited to tournaments. So, I mean, we're 6-3 this semester. We've already had 9 matches. I mean, we've played WVU and the Clarions and the schools around here. But the big thing for us, just to be able to compete more like often, would be to join the union. And just some of the stipulations for that are you have to have 25 guys. And just with our school being small, it is tough to get 25 guys who can stay healthy, who can play every day. And but when you do join the union, you can have a full schedule and play every Saturday, much like college football. So that's what the ultimate goal for us would be, is to try and join the union and be able to play more often.
Every season kind of differs. There's fall, spring, and summer. Summer season is whenever you have 7. Springtime is sort of pickup matches. Typically in the fall is whenever you have your 15s play, and that's whenever the union has the 15 matches. But over the years, up to this point, this semester I have to say we are the most established since we have established the club in 2010. Where we've had a pretty full schedule. Like Mike said, we've played 9 matches. We have a tournament coming up this weekend, which we'll be probably playing another 3 matches on top of that. But it's a tough sport. It's hard to keep a lot of players. People get hurt, and they don't want to show up to practice the next day. And if we don't have the numbers, how we expect to keep on playing matches? But the guys that we have a good group of 16 or 17 guys who are tough as nails, and they continuously take a beating and tape up the next day and come back to play. And teams admire that and want to play us.
Josh, you've been around since this team was founded a few seasons ago with the help of Alex DeMarco. How much have you really seen this team progress skill-wise and just popularity on campus as a whole?
We talk about that a lot with the guys. This year especially, from when the club started, I mean, a lot of us, we had no idea even what this was even about. Lindsay Monaco, former student at Point Park, she's actually the one who initiated the club. And throughout, from the time when she started until now, I mean, popularity has grown. Where recently, a couple weeks ago, we had a match against CMU where, a good 50, 60 students, showed up, possibly more, where we had vans going. The school is starting to take interest in us. We've been in the newspaper for the school numerous times. The people were behind us, and that's what's interesting, what's fun about it. We're the only full contact sport at this university, which I think brings a lot of emotion back to a school, because I think every school that has a full contact sport, namely football, people consider that a true university. I mean, maybe it's just me, I don't know. But, having the sense of rugby at our school makes me feel like we're a solidified university, not just a liberal arts college.
Mike, now you said you've only started playing this semester. Moving forward, what do you really see yourself and this whole club doing forward? I mean, this is really a big step for Point Park, really having a big rugby presence now.
Yeah, I mean, like Josh said, it's awesome to just kind of have the support from students, and I know like some of my friends from the other sports teams are always like interested in seeing how we're doing, and that's great to kind of get their input. But just moving forward, hopefully we can get more numbers, just get more like involvement from students and like some of the other clubs, just and funding from the school. But the school really has like bought into the whole program and trying to get into it. So.
All right, thank you guys for your time. That's going to do it for our interview segment this week on the Pioneer Sideline. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our Courthouse Case Week, last one of the semester. Once again, thank you guys for joining us, members of the Point Park Rugby Team. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Pioneer Sideline here on UView.